I made my first crore when I was 27, the second when I was 28, and I reached my third crore before I was 29. And I reached financial freedom at the age of 30. Today, I want to share my entire journey with all of you, the good things I did, along with all the mistakes and the lessons I have learned, and I hope it helps you reach financial freedom. Now, I've been teaching investing on YouTube for the last 3 months, and it has been such a beautiful journey. I'm extremely grateful for all the support I've got from all of you. I read every single comment, and it melts my heart to see the love I've received in all these comment sections. Now I want to remain as transparent as I can with all of you. In the last 3 months, I've got this question at least 20 times. How I reached here, how I made my first crore, if I can share my actual experience with all of you. And hence, I am shooting this video. No matter you're 20 or 40, I promise if you follow this 4-step framework, you will make your first crore in just a few years. And you would soon become financially free. Let's start. The first step of this framework is upskill, upskill, upskill. I honestly cannot emphasize this enough, but this is the most important thing I can tell you. See, if you're earning less money, you would save less money, and hence you can invest only that limited money in the market and hence make less money. See, it's all about the mindset. You can either have a savings mindset or you can actually have a growth mindset. People who have a savings mindset actually think about optimizing the savings they can do in their current salary. For example, if your salary is 20,000 and you can save, let's say, 5,000, and you try to find ways to save even more. For example, from 5 you try to save 8,000. That's the max you can do if you have a savings mindset. Now, if you have a growth mindset, you would not try to optimize the savings, rather you would try to optimize the earning potential. What's stopping you from getting a 1 lakh rupee salary? Think about that. If you can do that, you can increase your savings literally 4-fold. Because now tell me this, if your salary is 20,000, how much maximum money can you save? It is 100% of your salary, which is, let's say, 20,000. But if you have a growth mindset and you can actually increase your salary from 20,000 to 1 lakh, how much money can you save? Maybe 80,000. So the possibility is endless if you have this growth mindset. The first step I want all of you to take is change your mindset. Do not focus on savings, focus on growth. And I promise you, if you focus on this, if you work on your core skills and become better at what you do, you would earn a lot more money. A lot of people have recently asked me about what is a better role, what is a better job, where do they get most money. I tell every single person I've met is, it does not matter. It does not matter what you do. What matters is how good you are at it. If you are in the top 10%, you would make a lot of money. I know engineers who are still making 3.5 lakhs, and I know engineers who make 50 lakhs. I know plumbers who make, let's say, 20,000, and I know plumbers who make more than a lakh. Let me explain that using my own story. So, I'm an engineer by profession, and I graduated in 2015. So, I'm not from IIT, I just completed my graduation from a decent BTech college from Greater Noida. Now, the first salary I received was 3.5 lakhs per year, which basically means I was getting almost 24,000 every single month. Now, I could have saved, let's say, 4-5,000 every single month, but to save that, I would have to use a lot of time to save that money, which basically means if I had saved 5,000 rupees per month, I might have saved 60,000 at the end of the year. But I was not focusing on saving money. I was focusing on the growth because I clearly knew if I'm having this 3.5 lakh package, it is not sufficient. I knew good engineers who could make 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs per year. And hence, I was focusing on upskilling. I honestly spent 1 whole year just reading about engineering, reading about system design, reading about better coding practices. After a year, I got a new salary of 20 lakhs per year. So my earning potential actually went way higher. When I was getting a salary of 25,000, now after a year, I was getting a salary of 1,25,000. Basically means I could have saved a lot more money now, and I could use that money to invest in the stock market. That is the first lesson I want all of you to learn. Focus on growth. Do not focus on just savings. Savings are important, but first try to analyze where are you. Can you be better at what you do? If you can, focus on that more. No matter if you have to spend more money for it, it's okay. Focus on growth. Now, to explain this point, let me take you to Groww. Look at the screen right now. See, in my first example, I was saying that If I had a salary of 25,000, I could have saved 5,000 every single month, and let's say I invest those 5,000 rupees. Now if I invest 5,000 rupees every single month, and then if I get a return of 20%, which is also very aspirational, but let's say I'm getting 20% return, in that case it will take me 10 years to reach 19 lakhs. In 15 years I will be at 56 lakh, and in 18 years I will make my first crore. Now this is a lot of time. You're making your first crore after 18 years. Now think about the second example. When I could increase my earning potential, let's say from my salary of 25,000, I've reached a salary of 1,25,000, so I could actually, let's say, invest 50,000 per month. In that case, look at this. In that case, in 18 years, I will have 10 crores. In fact, it will take me just 8 years to make my first crore. And now I am assuming you're not going to live till 200, so you have to make money fast. You have limited life, which basically means you'll have to invest more money when you are in 20s and 30s, so that when you reach 40 or when you reach early 30s, you will have enough money so that you can retire. Because if you make your first crore when you are 60 or 70, what's the point? And hence, focus on your earning potential. If you're earning more money and you invest more money, you will definitely make your first crore within a few years. And after you make your first crore, the second, third, fourth, fifth is very easy. You will very easily make that money. The second step of this framework is delayed gratification. Honestly, this has been the biggest contributor to my wealth. Don't be scared by this long word. It basically means that you are delaying the reward for what you have done. If I have to explain you, think about this. Let's say your salary is 25,000 and you spend 20,000 to support your lifestyle. Now, as soon as your salary is now 1.25 lakhs, how much money should you spend on your lifestyle? Ideally, you should not exponentially upgrade your lifestyle as soon as your salary increases. I honestly know a lot of people who were spending 20,000 when their salary was 25, and as soon as their salary was 1 lakh, they were spending 90,000. It beats the entire purpose. If you're not saving money even when your salary has increased a lot, you would not become a crorepati. That's how it is. You have to save a bit more money, invest it in the market so that you get more returns. Now, if I have to explain it to you using my example, I purchased my first car just 1 week ago. I revealed it in this podcast that I have a total wealth of almost 5+ crores right now, and then I purchased my first car. And this car is also less than 20 lakhs, which basically means it is less than 5% of my net worth. And this is how you should think about buying these things. When you are in your 20s or even early 30s, create more assets. Do not create liabilities. If you create more liabilities, you would not make your first crore, you would not become wealthy, and you would definitely not be financially free. So the first step was earning more money. The second step is, once you have more money, don't use that extra money on your lifestyle. Instead, use that money to invest and let that money grow. This brings us to our third step, which is invest. Now you're earning more money, you are saving more money, so naturally you would have to invest this money. And here, the most critical piece of advice I can give you is stop chasing FDs and PPFs and LICs. If you keep chasing these FDs and savings account and LIC and PPFs, you would not build wealth. They are designed in such a way that they won't ever let you build wealth. India's inflation and the FD rate is almost similar. In fact, FD rate is a bit less than the inflation, which basically means you would never ever build wealth if you keep chasing FDs and PPFs and all these things. So what have I done in my career? First thing, if you are salaried, invest this 1.5 lakh in ELSS mutual funds, because under section 80C, this amount of money becomes non-taxable if you invest in long-term mutual funds, which is for a 3-year lock-in. In my career, the day I started my first job, I've been investing this complete 1.5 lakh in ELSS mutual funds to save taxes and B, to grow more wealth. And I would recommend you to do the same thing. Under section 80C, do not even think of anything else. Just put the entire money in ELSS mutual funds. Now once you do this, the remaining money that you are left with, the remaining saving for the entire month, I personally had invested 70% of my savings every single month in the stock market. But you can actually change this. You can invest, let's say 50 or 60, but I would still say if you have less responsibilities, invest as much money as you can in the stock market. See, stock market is one of the most beautiful thing I can think of. It is someone else's company, someone else is doing all the hard work, it is someone else's management. You just buy it by doing a few clicks and you are a part of that business. Imagine how beautiful is this. If you start your own business today, there's a lot of hard work that you would have to do. But with the use of stock market, you can literally buy any business, any amazing business out there, and you can become a shareholder and you can become a part of those profits with that organization. And hence, do not look for those cheap multi-bagger companies. It won't help you in at all. What I would recommend is buy great businesses. If you honestly invest some time in buying good businesses, this will be the major contributor to your wealth. In my case, I have owned a few organizations, I won't name that. I have owned a few stocks in my life that literally are one of the biggest contributor to my wealth. And hence, if you have more money, if you're earning more money and you're saving more money, please try to ensure that you invest maximum amount of money in the stock market and only good companies. Good companies or mutual funds. Do not go with those penny stocks. Do not think of it as a trade. Do not think just about the company name and the chart. Think about it as a business. It is a business and you're becoming a part of that business. Think in that aspect and then invest your money in that. It will definitely help you in the long run. The problem here I see is if you even start a small coffee shop, you would be okay if you don't get profit for an entire year. But if you buy a stock, you would want the profit the very next day. That's not how stock market works. These are actually businesses, these are actually companies that are doing something. You can't expect profit within a month or 2 months or 3 months. Think about it as your own business. It will take a lot of time for your wealth to grow. Give that time to the stock market, give that time to the company so that you can see those returns. Do not expect crazy return in just a few days. I hope this helps. Now we are at the fourth point. This is not necessary for everyone, but in my case it has been a pretty big contributor to my wealth, and these are side jobs. Now if you are skilled, you can definitely try freelancing or consulting. I have been doing it for a lot of years and this has helped me earn a lot of money that I have completely invested in the stock market, and that money grew exponentially in the stock market. Now I'll give you a small example for this. Few months back, there was a guy who reached out to me on Instagram and he mentioned that he is a video editor and he would want to do some video editing for my content. Now I had no knowledge of video editing during that time, and what he mentioned, a very interesting point he mentioned was that he would want to do my first reel for free, and if I like his editing skills, we can talk about the price and everything else. Now I gave him the first reel and he edited. It was amazing because he was really skilled at it. Since he was really good at editing, I gave him the first reel, he gave it back to me, I liked the editing, so we had a small conversation around what would be the price, and then he was charging me around 800 to 1000 rupees per reel. Now think about this, video editing as a side job is pretty amazing. It would take you a few months to become a good video editor, just a few tools that you have to learn. You don't have to take a huge degree, you don't have to learn engineering or something related to doctor. It's very simple and straightforward. If you have a laptop, if you have an internet connection, you can learn a few tools and you can offer that as your expertise to a lot of content creators. And since I had a conversation with him and I liked his skills, I have hired him to do editing on my Instagram reels. Now he charges me almost 800 to 1000 rupees per reel, and he can actually edit around 3 to 4 reels every single day, which basically means just from his side job he can actually create 1.2 lakhs per month. If you edit less, let's say you are having a full-time job from Monday to Friday and you want to dedicate this for Saturday and Sunday, you can still, let's say, edit 6 or 7 reels every week, which is around 7,000 every week. Even then you would be earning around 30,000 from your side jobs, and you can use this money to invest in the stock market. And there are so many options like this. I've been getting so many mails related to thumbnail design, SEO, video editing, and you can learn any of these skills. You don't need a fancy degree for this, but if you do that, you will have more money that you can invest in the stock market and help that to grow more money. So This has been my secret behind reaching where I am today. I had a really high paying job. I started with 3.5 lakhs, but within a year I've reached 20 lakhs. And in fact, I've already revealed it. My current salary is more than 50 lakhs from the organization I work for. So the second thing is I've been practicing delayed gratification. I got my first car just a week ago. So I had saved a lot of money, in fact invested all that money in the stock market. So the third point is I've invested major amount of my wealth in the stock market, and that has grown at a rate of almost 15 to 20%. Learn that, grow that more so that you can literally have more money when you're 30. So that was the third point. And finally, I have been doing a lot of freelancing and consulting. So I've been getting a lot of money from there as well. And I've been using that money to invest again in the stock market, thereby growing even more wealth. And that has helped me accumulate a lot of wealth in my 20s. And I'm so happy I'm actually financially free when I'm 30. I hope you found this video informative. Now, if you want to understand about mutual funds, I have revealed my entire portfolio, my 1 crore mutual fund portfolio in this video. Watch it out.